Before Eve, there was another woman in the Garden of Eden. Her name was Lilith, and according to ancient Jewish texts, she was Adam's first wife, created equal to him from the same earth at the same time. But you won't find her in Genesis. Her story was erased, removed, buried in texts that most people will never read. Why? Because Lilith refused to submit. And what happened to her after she left Eden is far more disturbing than the story of Eve. Today, we're uncovering the truth about Adam's first wife and why her existence was written out of history. Who was Lilith? The story of Lilith comes from ancient Jewish texts, particularly the alphabet of Ben Sira, written around 700 to 1000 AD, but drawing on much older oral traditions. According to these texts, God created Lilith from the earth, just like Adam, not from his rib, not as a helper, but as an equal. Genesis 1:27 says, "Male and female he created them." Some scholars believe this refers to Adam and Lilith, created together at the same time from the same material. But there was a problem. Lilith refused to be subservient to Adam. When he tried to assert dominance over her, she spoke the ineffable name of God, sprouted wings, and flew away from Eden. Adam complained to God, and God sent 3 angels, Sen, Sansonoi, and Semengoloth, to bring her back. But Lilith refused. Lilith's curse. The angels found Lilith by the Red Sea, where she had taken up with demons. They threatened her, "Return to Adam, or we will drown you in the sea." But Lilith made a chilling bargain. She said she would not return, and in exchange, she would become a demon herself, one who preys on newborns and women in childbirth. According to the texts, Lilith agreed to spare any child protected by an amulet bearing the names of the 3 angels. But for those without protection, she would drink their blood and steal their life force. This is why, for thousands of years, Jewish families hung protective amulets over cribs. They were protecting their children from Lilith. But here's what makes this even darker. In some traditions, Lilith is described as the mother of demons. After leaving Adam, she mated with the fallen angel Samuel, or in some versions with Asmodeus, and gave birth to thousands of demonic offspring. Sound familiar? This is the same pattern we see with the Watchers in the Book of Enoch, angels mating with human women and producing monstrous hybrids. Lilith represents the same corruption, but from the opposite direction. A human woman who became demonic through rebellion and union with fallen entities. Why was she erased? So if Lilith's story was part of ancient Jewish tradition, why isn't she in the Bible? Because her existence created theological problems. First, if Lilith was Adam's first wife, then Genesis has 2 creation stories that contradict each other. Genesis 1 says male and female were created together. Genesis 2 says Eve was made from Adam's rib. Early rabbis reconciled this by saying Genesis 1 refers to Lilith and Genesis 2 refers to Eve. But this raised uncomfortable questions. If Lilith was created equal to Adam and refused to submit, does that validate rebellion against patriarchal authority? Does it suggest women were originally meant to be equal? Second, Lilith's association with demons and sexual independence made her dangerous. She represented female autonomy, refusal to submit, and alignment with dark spiritual forces. In a patriarchal religious structure, this was unacceptable. So her story was suppressed, pushed into mystical texts, labeled as folklore, removed from canonical scripture. But she never disappeared completely. Lilith haunts the margins of Jewish mysticism, Kabbalistic texts, and occult traditions. And in modern culture, she's been reclaimed as a symbol of feminist resistance and female power. The connection to demons. Here's the part most people don't know. Lilith is directly connected to the fallen angels. In Jewish demonology, Lilith is often described as the queen of demons or the consort of Samael, the angel of death and leader of the evil forces. In some traditions, Samael is equated with Satan. In others, he's distinct but equally dangerous. Either way, Lilith's union with him produced a race of demons that continues to plague humanity. This connects to the Book of Enoch's account of the Watchers. Just as the fallen angels corrupted humanity by taking human wives and producing Nephilim, Lilith represents the reverse, a human who ascended into the demonic realm and produced offspring that haunt us still. It's not just Adam's rebellious first wife. She's a bridge between the human and demonic worlds. And that's why her story is so dangerous. It suggests that humans can choose to align with fallen powers, and that choice has eternal consequences. Closing. So why was Lilith erased from Genesis? Because her story challenges the established order. It suggests that the first woman was equal to man, that she chose rebellion over submission, and that her legacy lives on in the demonic realm. Whether you see Lilith as literal history, symbolic mythology, or feminist allegory, one thing is clear: her story was too dangerous to leave in the Bible. But it survived. In mystical texts, in amulets hung over cradles, in whispered warnings passed down through generations. Lilith's story appears in ancient Jewish mystical traditions alongside other suppressed biblical content. If you want to explore more of these hidden texts, I'm giving away a free Book of Enoch PDF in the description. It covers the 200 fallen angels, the Nephilim, and the mysteries removed from Scripture. And if you want early access to videos like this plus exclusive deep dives into suppressed biblical content, join the newsletter. The link is in the description. What do you think? Was Lilith real, or is she a symbolic warning about the dangers of rebellion? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more deep dives into the ancient mysteries that history tried to bury. This is Myths and Mysteries. The truth is stranger than fiction.